I started playing sport at the Austin Hospital back in 1957. I was an inpatient at the hospital, and we used to do sport as a recreation, part of our getting back into society again.
The spinal injuries unit was opened in 1957. We had a ward full of young blokes, and they decided that part of the rehabilitation was you had to play sport. And what they were trying to do was get you ready for work.
If you broke your neck or broke your back, it was the place to be.
When that came along and I started playing all the different sports at the hospital that they were teaching us, and I started to play table tennis and carpet bowls and all javelin and shot put and archery and all the different events that they wanted us to participate and learn how to play.
Then 59, sports wheelchairs, we started playing on the courts at the Austin, and then we really were only interested, or only could get to sport, wheelchair sport.
I sort of stayed there for roughly 9 months. A chap by the name of Herb Sanderson asked us to start a sports club. The first president was John O'Neill, the secretary was Robin Lucas, and I was the first treasurer. We first started raising money by playing basketball against VFL football teams at the time, mainly at the Heidelberg Town Hall. The first year, I think we might have ended up the year with about 12 and 6 in the bank. Or made 12 and 6, I'm not quite sure.
There was a Gutman, the famous Stoke Mandeville man. He was arrogant, but also he wanted to tell the world what a wonder job he'd done on war injuries, and he'd rationalised the treatment of paraplegia in the wartime. And that's how far ahead they were.
I represented Australia at the first Paralympic Games in 1960, and that was a great buzz for me because I was only 19 at the time, and I'd only been competing, well, not really competing because we were mainly training and just getting to learn how to play sport, and having been selected to play table tennis singles player and doubles player, and we won a silver medal, myself and partner Bill Mather Brown from Western Australia.
We suddenly realised in the 60s by this time that for spectacularness and that the basketball was something which would draw an eye.
When I first started playing sport at the Austin Hospital, the wheelchair I used when I was living at home with my parents was a wooden wheelchair. And a wooden wheelchair, well, you can imagine what that would be like. It would be like a truck playing sport. And that's what I was using. And so all those years, it's adapted, and the technology now with wheelchair sport is absolutely fantastic, to the point where they've got titanium wheelchairs, and very, very light and very easy to manoeuvre.
Had a great career in basketball, and 3 years ago I was the first wheelchair athlete to be admitted to the Basketball Hall of Fame.
I've always been a competitive madness and a maniac. I just wouldn't, if I could compete, while I'm able to do competition, I'm there, right in front.